The story kicks off with a sudden, intense attack that grabs the viewer's attention right from the start. A peaceful human colony on a far-off planet is busy with everyday activities. Children are playing, families are eating together, and life seems calm. But in an instant, that peace is shattered. Without warning, the sky is torn apart by the arrival of Zorithian warships, massive, sleek ships, cloaked in advanced stealth technology, dropping out of hyperspace like shadows. No one saw them coming, and before the humans can react, the alien ships unleash their fury. The humans scramble to mount a defense, but their efforts are futile. The Zorithians are a highly advanced race, and their technology far outpaces anything the humans have. Their weapons are devastating, able to tear apart even the strongest human defenses in seconds. Laser fire and explosions light up the sky as the human colony's small fleet is quickly destroyed. There's no hope of winning, no chance of escape. The Zorithians are here, and they want something from the humans, something no one expects. Amid the chaos of war, we meet Max, a young boy with a brilliant mind. Max isn't like other children. He has an unusual ability to understand and solve complex problems, an ability that has made him a favorite among the scientists and engineers at the colony. As the attack rages, Max runs to find his parents, seeking safety in the confusion of the assault. His mother, Elena, is a scientist working on an advanced project for the colony. She sees her son in the distance, but before she can reach him, she sees something more terrifying. A group of Zorithian soldiers step from the shadows, their glowing weapons aimed directly at Max. Max doesn't scream or run. Instead, he stands tall, his face a mix of fear and defiance. The Zorithians, seeing his intelligence, recognize him as a valuable asset. They know he can be a weapon, a key to unlocking humanity's secrets. Without hesitation, they grab him and pull him towards their ships. Elena watches in horror as her son is torn from her arms, and she tries desperately to stop them. She charges at one of the soldiers, her heart racing, but a blast from a Zorithian weapon sends her crashing to the ground, unconscious and helpless. The Zorithians take Max aboard their ship, using his mind to assist in their twisted experiments. They believe that, with Max's intelligence, they can break humanity's will and use him to unravel Earth's most closely guarded secrets. The child's mind becomes their new weapon, a source of endless potential for their dark agenda. As Max is locked away in a sterile, cold cell, he is subjected to constant psychological and physical torture. The aliens probe his mind, looking for weaknesses, trying to force him to bend to their will. But Max remains strong. Despite his pain, he refuses to give them the information they want. His mind, though battered, is unbroken. The Zorithians see his resilience as a challenge. One they are determined to crush. Meanwhile, on Earth, the full scale of the attack becomes clear. The Zorithians have razed the colony to the ground, leaving no survivors. The human defense fleet has been obliterated. News of Max's abduction and the destruction of the colony reaches Earth's leaders. The camera cuts to a tense meeting between top military officers and government officials. The mood is grim. The Zorithians are powerful, and humanity is outmatched. No one wants to risk a war that could lead to the extinction of humanity. Some of the leaders argue for negotiation, hoping that a peaceful solution can be found. Others believe it's too late for talks, they want to retaliate, but the cost would be enormous. As the debate continues, public outcry begins to grow. Videos of the destruction of the helpless civilians caught in the Zorithian attack flood the news. People are angry, scared, and demanding justice. Max, the young boy, becomes a symbol for all that humanity has lost. Social media is filled with messages of support for the boy, and there's a growing feeling that something must be done. The leaders on Earth start to feel the pressure from their people, and the room begins to fill with a sense of inevitability. Humanity must fight back, or risk being enslaved by the Zorithians. Just as the debate seems to reach a standstill, a new transmission is received. The Zorithians, in their arrogance, broadcast a message directly to Earth. It is a demand: send us your greatest minds, or we will crush your world, one colony at a time. The message is cold, taunting. The camera lingers on the faces of Earth's leaders, showing their fear and determination. They realize that if they don't act now, the Zorithians will destroy everything. The scene ends with a shot of Captain Bennett, the leader of Earth's military, standing in front of a large screen. His face is grim, his eyes filled with resolve. He's seen the destruction, he's heard the cries of the people, and he knows what must be done. In a moment of silent understanding, he looks at the rest of the room and declares, "Prepare for war." The camera zooms in on the faces of Earth's leaders. They exchange looks, knowing this is the moment that will change everything. As the music builds to a crescendo, the scene cuts to the preparation of Earth's military forces, each ship being readied, every soldier preparing for the fight ahead. The last shot is of a human warship, cloaked in the shadows of space, ready to strike. The tension is unbearable, and the audience is left hanging, knowing that war is about to break out, and humanity's fight for survival has only just begun. The scene opens on a cold, sterile prison cell deep within the heart of the Zorithian warship. The walls are lined with strange alien technology, pulsing softly with an eerie light. In the center, Max, the young boy who was abducted from Earth, lies chained to a metallic table. His body is bruised and battered, but it's his mind that the Zorithians are most interested in. They believe his extraordinary intelligence is the key to unlocking the mysteries of human technology, and they will stop at nothing to break him. The Zorithians, a race that views themselves as superior in every way, have no empathy for Max. To them, he is nothing more than a tool, a weapon they can use to crush humanity. They begin their experiments immediately, subjecting him to intense psychological and physical torture. They connect his brain to strange machines, sending waves of pain through his body, hoping to force him to reveal the secrets of human science and technology. Max screams, his mind shattering under the strain, but even through the agony, he refuses to give in. He clings to the memory of his mother and the life he once had. The Zorithians show no mercy, increasing the intensity of their experiments, pushing him to the brink of insanity. One of them, an alien named Zoran, is the lead scientist in charge of Max's imprisonment. He is cold and calculating, his sharp eyes never betraying a hint of emotion as he watches Max struggle. The scenes of Max's torture are brutal and relentless. The Zorithians cut into his flesh, probing his mind with advanced devices, trying to access his thoughts, his memories, his potential. They force him to solve impossible puzzles and crack codes, believing that his mind can unlock the key to defeating humanity. But Max's spirit remains unbroken. Even though his body is failing him, his will to survive is stronger than anything the Zorithians can inflict. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the situation is growing more dire by the day. The Zorithians' attack on the human colony has sparked outrage and fear. People are angry. They want justice, they want revenge, and they want Max back. The world's leaders are divided on how to respond, but the public demands action. Earth's military leaders know they must act quickly before the Zorithians turn their sights on more human colonies, but they also know they face an enemy with technology far beyond their own. In a secret underground facility, a group of military leaders, scientists, and tech experts come together to form a resistance group. They are working tirelessly to develop new weapons and strategies to fight the Zorithians. This group is led by General Hawk, a seasoned veteran of interstellar battles, and Dr. Lin, a brilliant scientist with expertise in alien technology. They know that if they are to stand a chance against the Zorithians, they need to think outside the box. The first step is to develop new cloaking devices that will allow human ships to move undetected in the vast emptiness of space. If they can't win with brute force, they'll use stealth to their advantage. They also begin working on robots and drones designed for combat, machines capable of withstanding the Zorithians' advanced weapons while fighting with ruthless efficiency. The tech experts design these robots to be adaptable, learning from each encounter with the enemy. They are humanity's secret weapon. But the emotional stakes are just as high as the technological ones. General Hawk is driven by personal loss. His younger brother, a scientist stationed on the colony, was one of the first to be killed during the Zorithian attack. The pain of losing his family and knowing that Max is suffering at the hands of the Zorithians fuels his determination. He vows to do whatever it takes to rescue the boy and end the alien threat once and for all. Dr. Lin, on the other hand, is motivated by a deep sense of duty to humanity. She has spent years studying alien technology, but she never imagined she would face an enemy like the Zorithians. Her research has led her to believe that if they can capture one of the Zorithian ships, they might be able to turn their own technology against them. She works around the clock with a team of engineers to build a fleet capable of taking on the aliens. As the weeks go by, the human resistance grows stronger, but time is running out. The Zorithian warships continue their march through human space, destroying everything in their path. The Zorithians know they can afford to be patient, they have the upper hand. But the humans know they can't wait much longer. They are preparing for a daring rescue mission to retrieve Max from the heart of Zorithian territory. The emotional weight of the mission is felt by everyone involved. Max, a young boy who is far from home, is enduring unimaginable pain and suffering. His family is waiting for him back on Earth, desperately hoping that someone will save him. General Hawk feels the pressure of leadership. This mission must succeed, or humanity might lose everything. Dr. Lin pushes herself to the limit, knowing that the key to humanity's survival lies in the success of their technology. As they continue to prepare for the rescue mission, the humans realize that they are still an underdog in this war. The Zorithians are powerful, their fleets are vast, and their weapons are devastating. But what the humans have that the Zorithians don't is their resilience. Humanity has survived against the odds before, and they will do so again. The drive to protect their own, to save Max, and to stand up against an alien oppressor, fills every human heart with an unbreakable determination. The final scene of Part 2 shows the human fleet assembling, ready to launch. The cloaked ships move into position, the robots are deployed, and the first phase of the rescue mission begins. As the screen fades to black, the camera cuts to a close-up of Max's eyes, filled with tears but also with hope. He knows that help is coming. Humanity will not let him suffer alone. As the human fleet prepares for war, there's a sense of eerie calm before the storm. The Nightingale, a massive warship and the flagship of the human fleet, leads the charge. This ship, equipped with the latest cloaking technology and advanced weaponry, is humanity's best hope. It's sleek, dark, and silent, designed to blend into the darkness of space, unseen by the Zorithians. Behind it, the fleet is smaller, outnumbered by the Zorithian forces, but the humans are ready to take a stand. The fleet consists of various human warships, many newly built for this mission. They are not as advanced as the Zorithian ships, but they are determined and resourceful. The human forces know they are at a disadvantage, with only half the strength of the Zorithian fleet. Yet, their underdog spirit drives them forward. Each soldier, each crew member aboard the ships, is motivated by a deep desire to save Max, to avenge the fallen, and to show the galaxy that humanity will never bow to anyone. The humans move with stealth, their ships cloaked in darkness, making no noise, no light to signal their approach. They are operating in the shadows, planning to strike when the time is right. For weeks, they've been navigating through uncharted sectors of space, moving slowly, cautiously, avoiding detection by the advanced Zorithian sensors. The humans are used to fighting with what they have, making the most of their resources, and this time is no different. They know they are working with limited time. If the Zorithians detect them, their chances of survival are slim. The fleet approaches the edge of Zorithian space, the atmosphere tense with anticipation. This is the critical moment. The humans know that this could be their only chance to strike back, and they can't afford to fail. The camera zooms in on the crew members as they prepare for the mission, each person focused and determined, knowing that the next few hours could decide the fate of humanity. There's no turning back now. Captain Bennett, the leader of this mission, stands on the bridge of the Nightingale, staring at the vast expanse of space in front of him. His eyes are hard with resolve, but inside, there is a storm of emotions. Captain Bennett carries the weight of personal loss. The Zorithians took everything from him years ago. His wife, his children, and his home were all destroyed in one swift attack. The thought of his family's deaths fuels his every decision. It's what drives him to lead this mission, to fight not just for humanity, but for revenge. As the fleet moves closer to Zorithian space, the camera flashes back to a time when Captain Bennett was just another officer on a peaceful human colony. The day his life changed was the day the Zorithians attacked. The horror of that day, of losing his family in an instant, haunts him every waking moment. The image of his wife's face, his children's laughter, he remembers it all, and it gives him strength. He fights not only for Max's freedom but to make the Zorithians pay for their cruelty. But Bennett's desire for vengeance isn't the only personal stake in this mission. The crew of the Nightingale is filled with soldiers and civilians who have all been touched by the Zorithians' brutality. Lieutenant Collins, a young officer, lost his entire squadron in the first wave of the Zorithian attack. He's aboard the ship now, not only as a soldier but as someone determined to see the Zorithians defeated for good. His eyes are sharp, and his hands steady as he prepares for what lies ahead. As they draw closer to the edge of Zorithian space, there is an overwhelming sense of tension. The fleet moves silently, the cloaking devices making it nearly invisible to any sensors. However, the Zorithians are known for their advanced technology, and the human fleet must be careful. One wrong move could trigger an alarm and expose them. Every ship in the fleet must stay in perfect formation, every move calculated with precision. On the bridge of the Nightingale, the crew is silent except for the soft beeping of instruments and the occasional hushed command. The tension is palpable. Commander Patel, the fleet's tactical officer, constantly monitors the ship's systems, ensuring their cloaking device is functioning perfectly. Dr. Lin, the scientist behind the fleet's new technology, watches the screens intently, knowing that everything they've worked for comes down to these crucial moments. The fleet reaches a point just outside Zorithian territory. The Zorithian warships are known to patrol these borders, watching for any signs of trouble. The humans are getting close, too close. If the Zorithians detect them, it will be too late. The mission will be over before it even begins. Captain Bennett stands at the helm, his gaze fixed on the horizon of space, feeling the weight of his decision. Prepare to enter Zorithian space, Bennett orders, his voice calm but firm. His hands grip the armrests of his command chair, and every officer in the room knows that their lives are hanging by a thread. The fleet is about to enter the most dangerous part of their mission. As the fleet crosses into enemy space, there is a sudden moment of silence. The cameras zoom in on the humans' faces, each one full of determination and fear. The sense of impending doom looms larger with every passing second. Will they be discovered? Will they fail? Or will they succeed in striking back and rescuing Max? The screen fades to black as the fleet moves deeper into Zorithian space, the tension almost unbearable. The sounds of the ship's engines grow louder, and the camera shifts to show the fleet's advancing shadow, unseen, yet inching closer to the heart of the Zorithian Empire. The next step will define the course of the war, and the outcome is uncertain. Will the humans emerge victorious, or will this be their final stand? As the music builds, the screen cuts to black, leaving the audience on edge, unsure of what will happen next. The night is heavy with tension as the human team finally touches down on the Zorithian homeworld. Their mission is clear: rescue Max and bring him back, no matter the cost. However, nothing is easy when you're up against a technologically advanced alien empire. The city they land in is dark and imposing, filled with AI-controlled drones and elite Zorithian soldiers. These defenses are designed to be impenetrable, but the humans have come prepared. The team moves in silence, their stealth gear blending them into the shadows. Their leader, Sergeant Harris, gives a silent nod, signaling the start of their mission. As they make their way through the city's streets, the team feels the weight of the mission on their shoulders. Time is against them. Every moment they waste brings Max closer to death, and every step forward could bring them face to face with the Zorithians' terrifying defenses. The first confrontation comes quickly. AI-controlled drones appear out of nowhere, their metallic bodies glinting under the moonlight. They move with precision, scanning the area for any signs of intruders. The human team opens fire, their lasers lighting up the night sky. The drones fall one by one, but more keep coming. The soldiers fire again, this time aiming at the central hubs controlling the drones, but the Zorithians' technology is so advanced that their firepower isn't enough to destroy them all. The drones are relentless, and the humans are forced to fight on their terms, up close and personal. Close-quarters combat erupts as the human soldiers engage in hand-to-hand battles with elite Zorithian soldiers. The aliens are faster, stronger, and better equipped, their advanced weapons giving them a deadly edge. Yet, the humans fight with everything they have. Sergeant Harris, his face set in grim determination, leads the charge, his team following his example. Every swing of a combat blade, every punch and kick, is a testament to their resolve. The humans know they're outmatched, but they also know that they cannot fail. Amidst the chaos, the human soldiers push forward, determined to reach the prison where Max is being held. It's a heavily fortified structure, surrounded by towering walls and guarded by an army of Zorithian warriors. But the humans are prepared, using disruptor grenades to disable some of the outer defenses. The explosions echo in the night, shaking the city to its core. They can hear the screams of the Zorithian soldiers, but there's no time to enjoy the victory. Every second counts. As the team breaches the final security checkpoint, tragedy strikes. Bonner, a beloved member of the team, is critically injured while trying to clear a path for the others. He sacrifices himself, drawing the fire of several Zorithian soldiers so the rest of the team can push forward. His last words are a simple message: save him. Save Max. With that, Bonner falls, and his sacrifice leaves a gaping hole in the hearts of the remaining soldiers. The humans press on, but the weight of Bonner's death hangs heavy over them. His loss fuels their resolve. He may be gone, but his memory drives them to push harder, to move faster. Sergeant Harris, now filled with a mixture of rage and sorrow, leads the charge as they break into the inner sanctum of the prison. The doors open with a hiss, revealing a stark, cold room. And there, shackled and pale, is Max. The young boy, once a symbol of human weakness in the eyes of the Zorithians, now stands as a symbol of their strength. His face is bruised, his body battered from the torture he endured at the hands of the aliens. But there is something in his eyes, something that tells the soldiers he hasn't broken, that he's still fighting. He has become more than just a child to them. He is a rallying point, the living embodiment of human resilience in the face of unimaginable cruelty. Max is weak from his torture, his body frail and broken, but as soon as the humans enter the cell, he stands up, his eyes filled with fire. His mind, once seen as a weapon to be exploited, is now fully aware of the human soldiers who have come to save him. Despite his pain, despite his exhaustion, Max moves toward them. He reaches out with a shaky hand, and Sergeant Harris pulls him into his arms. "We're taking you home, kid," Harris says softly, his voice filled with emotion. Max doesn't speak, but his grip tightens around Harris's arm. The message is clear: he's ready to fight, and he's ready to be saved. The team begins to make their escape, but the Zorithians are already on their tail. The alarms blare as Zorithian soldiers swarm the halls, closing in on the humans from every direction. The humans fight their way out of the prison, their weapons blazing. Max, though weak, helps the team by guiding them through hidden corridors, using his knowledge of the prison layout to keep them one step ahead of their pursuers. There is another close call as the humans reach the extraction point. A Zorithian soldier nearly captures Max, but Private Jenkins, a young soldier who had bonded with Bonner before his death, sacrifices himself to save the child. Jenkins's death is swift, but it leaves another hole in the team's ranks. His last words are barely a whisper, "Protect Max." The emotional toll on the team is evident, but they cannot stop now. The extraction point is just ahead, and the Nightingale waits in orbit, cloaked and ready to pick them up. As they reach the final door, a massive Zorithian warship descends from above, firing a barrage of energy blasts. The humans dive into cover, their hearts pounding as the Zorithians close in. This is it, the final battle for Max's freedom. The stage is set for the ultimate confrontation, but the human team, battered and broken, will not give up. The death of their comrades has forged an unbreakable bond between them, and they will see this mission through, no matter the cost. Max's strength and courage give them the last bit of hope they need. The rescue mission is far from over, and the audience is left on the edge of their seats, wondering if the humans will escape the Zorithian forces in time. The emotional moments, the sacrifices, and the human resilience shine through, making the rescue mission both thrilling and heart-wrenching. After the rescue mission succeeds and Max is safely returned to Earth, a new fire ignites in the hearts of humanity. The war against the Zorithians, which once seemed an impossible fight, now becomes a battle of vengeance, survival, and defiance. The once vulnerable humans, with nothing left to lose, take the fight to the very heart of the Zorithian Empire. Human vengeance. On Earth, the mood is grim but determined. The global leaders meet in secret, their faces filled with anger, grief, and a desire for justice. Humanity's resolve has hardened after the atrocities committed against Max. The loss of so many soldiers and the suffering of innocent civilians have driven the human race to the edge. There's no more hesitation, no more diplomacy. War is now their only choice. The humans harness everything they have learned from their encounters with the Zorithians, using their survival instincts to turn the tide. Advanced AI-controlled warships, equipped with new technology designed by human engineers, form the backbone of the counteroffensive. These warships are no longer simple vessels. They are powerful machines, each one enhanced with the data and strategies humans learned from their brutal struggle for survival. These ships are faster, more maneuverable, and more deadly than ever before. The humans don't just rely on brute force, they've learned to adapt. Unlike the Zorithians, whose tactics are cold and calculated, humanity's warships are designed to think and learn on the fly. The ships can adapt to new threats, countering enemy moves with remarkable precision. The human crews, experienced and battle-hardened, know how to exploit weaknesses, and they are ready to take the fight to the Zorithians' doorstep. The first major counterattack comes swiftly. The Zorithian homeworld receives a declaration of war from Earth. It's a statement of defiance, and the humans have no intention of backing down. This is no longer about saving Max, it's about reclaiming their dignity, their freedom, and their right to exist. Orbiting destruction. As the human fleet enters Zorithian space, the world watches in shock. The humans have launched an all-out assault, beginning with a series of orbital bombardments. The Zorithian cities, once symbols of technological superiority, are now the targets of humanity's fury. From above, the human warships drop their payloads, laser-guided missiles and powerful explosive charges that rain down on the cities below. The destruction is swift and brutal. Entire Zorithian cities are obliterated in a fiery inferno. The once thriving centers of Zorithian power are reduced to smoking rubble, their towering spires crumbling under the intense bombardment. The skies above are filled with flashes of light as explosions rock the surface, sending shockwaves that shake the very ground beneath. In the aftermath of the destruction, the contrast between the cold, calculated destruction of the Zorithians and the passionate, justified fury of the humans is striking. The Zorithians, with their emotionless AI-controlled machines, see destruction as a matter of efficiency. But for the humans, it's personal. Each missile launched is a message: this is what happens when you hurt our children, our people. This is what happens when you think you can enslave us. The human forces know that they're not just taking revenge, they're showing the universe that humanity will never be intimidated again. This isn't just about retaliation, it's about making sure that the Zorithians know who they're dealing with. Humans have been knocked down, but they are far from weak. And now, the Zorithians will feel their wrath. Human resolve. As the bombardments continue, the tide of the war begins to shift. The Zorithians, who had once thought themselves invincible, are now reeling. The human fleet, small and seemingly outmatched, has proven itself to be a formidable force. The Zorithian colonies that were once untouchable are now falling one by one. The humans, once the underdogs, are now on the offensive, pressing their advantage with relentless precision. Every victory is a testament to humanity's strength. As each Zorithian outpost falls, the human warships push deeper into enemy space, their AI-controlled ships turning every confrontation into a calculated victory. The Zorithian forces, though technologically superior, begin to crumble under the weight of humanity's determination. The Zorithian leaders are forced to face the reality: their empire, built on cruelty and technological might, is on the brink of collapse. The humans are not just fighting to survive, they're fighting to destroy everything the Zorithians have built. Humanity's resolve is now unbreakable. With each Zorithian colony that falls, the humans grow more confident, and the hope of victory becomes more tangible. The human soldiers, too, have become symbols of resilience. They fight not just for survival, but for the memory of their fallen comrades, for the sacrifice of those like Bonner, Jenkins, and countless others. Their unity becomes their greatest strength. No matter how outmatched they are, no matter how many Zorithians stand against them, they will not stop. This war is no longer about technology, it's about human willpower. Desperate Zorithian move. The Zorithians, realizing their empire is crumbling, make a desperate move. In their final attempt to regain control, they activate a superweapon capable of obliterating entire fleets with a single shot. This weapon is their last hope, and they prepare to unleash it against the humans, hoping to turn the tide in their favor. The weapon is massive, and it's unlike anything humanity has faced before. The Zorithians are willing to risk everything, knowing that if they fail, their empire will be no more. But the humans, having seen the Zorithians' desperation, understand that this could be their final opportunity. With everything on the line, they push forward, determined to stop the superweapon before it can be fired. The stage is set for the final showdown, and the audience is left on the edge of their seats. The human fleet is nearing victory, but the Zorithians are not going down without a fight. The next move could determine the fate of the entire galaxy. The war has dragged on for months, and the Zorithians, now cornered and desperate, know they have one final chance to crush humanity before they lose everything. The Zorithian leader, a ruthless AI-controlled overlord, stands at the helm of a war machine built for destruction. It has been the orchestrator of the suffering and the force behind the abduction of Max. The Zorithian AI has watched humanity grow stronger with every battle, and it knows that if it does not act now, its empire will crumble. In a final, all-out attempt to secure their dominance, the Zorithian overlord orders a massive counteroffensive against Earth. The skies above the homeworld of humanity darken as the Zorithian fleet, larger and more powerful than anything humanity has faced, descends upon Earth. The Zorithians use every last weapon in their arsenal. Their fleet is armed with the most advanced technology in the galaxy, including planet-destroying bombs, laser beams that can slice through ships, and weapons capable of creating chaos on a planetary scale. The Zorithian AI sees this as their last hope. Their superweapon, a massive device capable of devastating Earth, is activated. If it is unleashed, humanity will be wiped out, and the Zorithians will be victorious. Their final offensive begins, and the fate of Earth hangs in the balance. Human determination. Back on Earth, humanity prepares for its most desperate battle yet. The human fleet, now equipped with the most advanced technology they could muster, faces the full wrath of the Zorithians. With the Zorithians attacking in full force, the battle for Earth has begun. The human fleet engages the Zorithian ships in a series of epic space battles, the likes of which have never been seen before. Massive explosions fill the skies as laser blasts, rockets, and missiles collide in the vacuum of space. The human warships, despite being outnumbered, fight with everything they have. Their AI-enhanced ships, now well-practiced in combat, move with precision, dodging and countering Zorithian attacks with remarkable skill. Humanity's underdog spirit is on full display. They may be smaller in number, but their tactics are sharp, and their will is unbreakable. Meanwhile, on the ground, robot-enhanced soldiers fight alongside human forces, battling Zorithian ground troops. The alien soldiers, equipped with advanced armor and weaponry, are a formidable foe, but humanity's resolve proves to be stronger. Close-quarters combat erupts in the streets as humans fight back with a ferocity that surprises even the Zorithians. The robot soldiers, enhanced with cutting-edge AI, have been trained to fight in any situation, making them invaluable in the war for Earth. At the front lines, Captain Bennett, the leader of the human forces, rallies his troops. His face, hardened with the pain of losing everything he ever loved to the Zorithians, now burns with determination. He leads the charge, knowing this is humanity's last chance to secure peace and protect their home. The stakes have never been higher. Every blast, every strike, could be the difference between victory and defeat. Bennett's leadership has been a beacon of hope for humanity. His calm in the chaos, his ability to think on his feet, and his unshakable resolve have made him the hero of the war. His unwavering resolve has inspired his troops, and they follow him into battle with the belief that victory is within their grasp. The ultimate sacrifice. As the battle rages on, it becomes clear that the Zorithian overlord's command ship is the key to humanity's survival. If it is not destroyed, the Zorithians will unleash their superweapon and destroy Earth. The command ship is protected by layers of Zorithian defenses, AI drones, elite soldiers, and powerful shields, but the humans have one advantage, the element of surprise and their unyielding determination. Captain Bennett, seeing the importance of taking out the Overlord's command ship, realizes that there is no other way to end the war. He knows that this final mission may very well cost him his life, but he is willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. He orders a final, daring suicide mission to infiltrate the heart of the Zorithian fleet and destroy the command ship from within. The human fleet provides cover as Bennett's ship makes its way toward the command ship. With his ship cloaked, the Zorithians don't see him coming. As he gets closer to the Zorithian overlord's ship, the tension rises. It's a race against time, and the fate of Earth is at stake. The Zorithians, realizing that their command ship is under threat, scramble to defend it. But Bennett is already there, inside the ship, preparing to deliver a devastating blow. In a final act of heroism, Captain Bennett crashes his ship into the heart of the Zorithian command ship, detonating a massive explosion that tears through the alien vessel. The resulting blast wipes out the Zorithian overlord and sends shockwaves throughout the entire fleet. The Zorithian superweapon, which had been moments away from firing, is destroyed in the blast. Bennett's sacrifice ensures humanity's victory. Legacy of sacrifice. As the explosion echoes through the battlefield, the human fleet celebrates their hard-won victory. The Zorithians are in disarray, their forces shattered by the death of their leader and the destruction of their command ship. Humanity has won, but the victory comes at a great cost. Captain Bennett is dead, and his loss is felt deeply by his crew and by the entire human race. His sacrifice becomes the rallying cry for the future. His name is spoken with reverence by every human soldier, every civilian, every leader. The memory of his bravery and his willingness to give his life for the survival of humanity will live on forever. His actions will inspire generations to come, and his death will not be in vain. The battle for Earth is over, but the war is not forgotten. Humanity has proven that they can overcome even the most technologically advanced alien species through sheer determination, resilience, and sacrifice. The universe now knows that humans are a force to be reckoned with, and the Zorithians have learned that there is no force stronger than the will of a people fighting for their survival. The war is over. The once powerful Zorithian empire, built on cruelty and domination, has been shattered. The Zorithian homeworld, once a beacon of alien power, lies in ruins, reduced to nothing but ashes and rubble. The humans have done what seemed impossible. Against all odds, they have defeated the technologically superior alien race that had terrorized them for so long. It is a victory like no other. The remaining Zorithian forces, now leaderless and broken, have no choice but to either flee or surrender. With their fleet destroyed and their AI-controlled overlord defeated, they have lost the will to continue fighting. Some of their soldiers choose to lay down their weapons, realizing that their war has ended in failure. Others attempt to escape, but humanity's reach is now too wide, and their once feared empire crumbles before them. Humanity stands victorious, but the victory is bittersweet. The battle has been long, and the costs have been high. Countless lives were lost, heroes made sacrifices, and the scars of war run deep. The Zorithians may be defeated, but the toll of the conflict will linger forever in the hearts of those who fought to protect their world. Emotional closure, honoring the fallen heroes. The survivors of the war return to Earth, the home they fought so hard to defend. The human race has triumphed, but the emotional weight of the war's cost is evident. Max, the young boy who was kidnapped and tortured by the Zorithians, is now a symbol of humanity's resilience and defiance. His bravery in escaping from the Zorithians, despite the unimaginable pain he endured, has made him a hero. He is celebrated by all, but he knows the price of this victory. He is forever changed by the horrors he experienced. Though he is a symbol of hope, he carries the weight of the loss and suffering that so many have endured. Bonner, the brave soldier who sacrificed his life to save Max, is remembered as a hero. His death, though tragic, serves as a reminder of the incredible courage shown by the human fighters throughout the war. Bonner's name is spoken with reverence, and his sacrifice will never be forgotten. Every human soldier who fought alongside him is grateful for the ultimate price he paid, and his memory will inspire future generations. And then there is Captain Bennett. His ultimate sacrifice ensured humanity's survival and victory, but his death leaves a gaping hole in the hearts of his crew and the people of Earth. He was a leader, a father figure, and a symbol of the strength humanity had in its darkest hour. His actions inspired not just those who fought beside him, but every single human who learned of his courage. The human race has emerged victorious, but it is impossible to forget the hero who led them to that victory. The emotional toll of the war is clear. The survivors carry with them the memories of their fallen comrades, the faces of those who never made it home, the soldiers who died fighting for a cause that was greater than themselves. The victory is hollow without the return of those they loved, but the survivors honor them by living in a world that they fought so hard to protect. Final scene, rebuilding and a new era. The final scene of the story shows humanity rebuilding in the wake of the war. Earth, though scarred by the conflict, is a place of hope and renewal. Cities once destroyed in the war are now being rebuilt, and the people of Earth are working together to create a better future. There is a sense of determination in the air, as humanity begins the difficult but necessary process of healing from the wounds of war. Though the victory was hard-earned, the human spirit is unbroken. People gather to rebuild not just their cities, but also their way of life. The human race has proven that no matter how powerful the enemy, they will never give up without a fight. The struggle against the Zorithians has become a symbol of resilience and unity, and the lessons learned from the war will shape humanity's future for generations to come. The theme of good versus evil resonates throughout the final scenes. The war against the AI-controlled Zorithians symbolizes the fight against oppression, tyranny, and the dehumanization that often accompanies technological superiority. The Zorithians, once the masters of a galaxy-spanning empire, were ultimately defeated by the strength and spirit of humanity. It is a victory not just for Earth, but for all those who fight against the forces of oppression and control. As humanity begins to rebuild, they are more determined than ever to ensure that their world remains free. They know that there will always be threats in the universe, whether from aliens or from their own technology, but they have learned that they can overcome anything if they stand united. The Zorithians may have been the first, but humanity will never let their story be repeated. The galaxy now knows that humanity cannot be pushed around, and they have the power to fight back against any force that seeks to destroy them. In the final moments, the camera lingers on a memorial wall honoring the heroes who gave their lives in the war. The names of the fallen, Max, Bonner, Captain Bennett, and countless others, are etched in stone, their legacies immortalized for future generations. The camera pulls back to show a bustling, vibrant Earth, a world that has learned from its past and is ready to face whatever challenges the future may bring. The story ends on a hopeful note, as humanity moves forward, stronger and more united than ever.